bom com vocês? Eu sou a Michelle e eu estou hoje aqui com a Pri.
Oi!
E com o Rian.
Hi guys!
So let's transition to English. This video is gonna be in English. So if you guys don't know them, they have a channel called Follow the Hills. So do you want to talk a little bit about it?
Sure.
Yeah.
So I'm Brazilian and Ryan is American.
I'm from Wisconsin.
But we live in Recife. And our channel is all about our journey through infertility and now through pregnancy and our lives in Recife.
Yeah, we have a little bean in here, 6 months,
Yeah.
3 months left, and but we also live these amazing lives in Recife, Brazil.
Yeah.
And we love to capture as much of that as we can also. So we like to vlog there and just to share our story. It's been a lot of fun for us.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to go check that out, I'm gonna leave in the description. So you can go after the video, go and check their channel because it's really nice. And their channel is in English, so it would be really good for you guys to practice your English. You ask me all the time how to do it. Well, there is a channel, a great channel to watch and practice the English.
Yeah.
There you go.
Come on over, give it a try.
So I ask you a few questions on the Facebook of Agora, Sou Eu. So if you still don't follow, go there because I ask a lot of questions for you guys there. And I wanted to know how it is to date a gringo or gringa. So the three of us are dating people from different countries.
We're experts.
We are experts.
So yeah, so of course a lot of things change. There is some difference about dating someone from another country.
Yeah.
So I ask you questions, you send me a lot of questions. I'm gonna read one of them and we're gonna answer for you. Sounds good?
Sounds fun.
Yes, let's do it.
Okay, the first question is from André Lewandowski. How the cultural differences and the habits of the day by day affect the relationship?
I think this is a good question for you because now you live in Brazil.
Yeah.
And you're experiencing a lot of culture differences because Ryan and I we've been married for almost 8 years already. But I lived in America before, and I lived in America for a long time. And I think for me, it wasn't really too much shock, like lots of shocks and difference,
Right.
because I already lived in America.
Yeah. I think for me, the thing that I notice that's the most different in Brazil is the fact that family is so absolutely important.
Yeah.
Like really living
Yeah.
in Recife, like Priscilla's entire family lives in Recife there with us, and heading out to lunch together on Sundays is our
Every
weekly
Sunday.
routine. We don't miss a Sunday.
Brian always says that
Yeah.
too, how the family is so
Yeah.
close.
They're all
in
so
Brazil.
close
Yeah.
together in Brazil.
Yeah.
So we head out and we visit with Priscilla's grandpa and her aunts and uncles.
Cousins,
Cousins,
everybody.
everybody's there. And I think it's incredible because growing up here in America, my family is scattered all over the place. You know, I grew up in Wisconsin, and my grandparents for a while were out in Washington, D.C., and I had an uncle in Omaha, so it's really normal that American families, I think, are pretty scattered, and
Right.
it's been a pretty beautiful experience so far, getting to know that and become a part of that family in Brazil.
Okay, so for me the biggest difference is I eat out a lot. It's just in Brazil, if you
Yeah.
eat a lot, like even fast food, normal restaurants, is usually a little more expensive than eating at home.
Absolutely, yeah.
In here it can be a little bit, but it's not so much. I
Yeah.
feel like eating out here is cheap. It's in the culture. Like I eat out 3-4 times a week at least.
Yeah.
And you don't even think twice about it here
And
in the
it's so
States.
much
It's really common.
it's practical here. Like in Brazil, you have to make a plan. Like we eat out with with my family.
You have to
every
invite the
Sunday,
entire family.
But like the
Yeah.
family comes, and then you're like, okay, let's go to this place. No, that place. Oh, this place we can't.
Like,
so it's more
logistical nightmare,
complicated.
right?
Yeah, here is so practical. You just go, you eat, you're out. That's it.
Yeah, like me and Brian, we get out of the gym and like, okay, where are we gonna eat today?
Yeah.
It's not even like, oh, let's go home and cook. It's where we're gonna eat, and that changed so much because I eat out so much more here in US
Yeah.
than I did in Brazil, right?
Yeah, that's definitely a big cultural difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, this one, it's great. It's actually from about dating, not so much being married.
Okay.
But it's like in US, does the man goes to the girl's house, like the family, to date? So I never had that in my family, but a lot of families, like if the couple on a date, the guy has to go to the girl's
Like
house.
has to go meet the
family.
parents.
Yeah.
Right?
And that's funny because it's true. When I lived in Brazil and I had Brazilian boyfriends, it was such a habit. Like my parents would prefer that my boyfriend was in the house so they could, kind of like keep an eye on the situation,
Make sure
that everything was okay. But here, I don't think there's this culture. It's not like that.
I mean, looking back, I remember a few moments growing up where I had to meet the parents, right?
Okay.
Like the girls the girl's parents might want to at least, know who I am and have the opportunity to, introduce themselves to me. But no, it's not as common to actually spend like time, I think, like you've described, over at the house. Usually it's like you want to take the girl and like get her out of the house, go somewhere else.
Yeah, so that was a really good question.
Yeah.
It was Elaine Monteiro that asked. Okay, this is from Marina Araújo. What is the biggest difficulty?
Yeah, difficulty.
Okay, about dating someone from another country.
I think for us in the beginning was communication. And we're talking about this earlier today. How in Brazil, when we speak Portuguese is a very direct language. So when you want to say something, you just say it. Whereas in English, you kind of like go around. For example, if you want to go out with your friends, you say, "Quer sair hoje?" In English, it's like, "Would you like to meet me
We were
tonight?"
wondering what do you think? Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. There is more like going around the topic in English.
And we ask lots of questions also. We're like, would it be alright if I, would you mind if I, like, we always are delicate with language, I think,
That's so true.
In Portuguese, we just go, and say what we want to say.
Let's go. Where? This place. Okay, meet you at 8. All right.
Fine.
It's like dating in a Hollywood film. Alright, I'll pick you up at 8. It's like, I don't know.
So it's great for communication, but when you're in a relationship and you're new to that relationship, and it's the beginning of the relationship, I think that can cause miscommunication. And like maybe I'm being too blunt. Ryan thinks that I'm being too blunt, and like he thinks, "Oh, you're being rude," but the truth is that I'm just saying what I think it is because of my language.
Yeah.
I don't even have anything to add because I would say the exact same thing. I mean, I think it comes down to communication. But given enough time and like knowledge of one another, it's something that you learn to get past also. Because we've been together now for almost 10 years.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
So, I would say the same. And this like dating anyone that is from another country, if you both don't speak the same language perfectly, you're gonna have problems with trying to understand each other. In the fights is the worst thing ever when you don't really speak the language. So I think that would be the most trouble you could get into
we are all in agreement.
We know.
Okay, so this is more for us. Okay,
is
but
this
you
for the ladies? Or?
Yeah, but you kind of can answer too.
All right.
Is there a lot of difference between dating a Brazilian and an American?
I would
so
say
for you, like
I can answer this one.
like
American.
Especially asking about like dating a guy, right? You could answer about dating
Sounds
a
good.
girl.
Well, ladies first here.
Okay.
I just dated one American guy, one guy from another country. So it's like I don't have like a list,
right?
But Brian's like is really sweet and more. I don't know how to say this in English, but I feel they're more like they take care more of their relationship. They want to make sure it works. They try harder. They're sweeter here, but like at the same time, there are a lot of sweet guys in Brazil too,
of course,
that also try everything for their relationship. So I don't think there's like this huge gap of difference. Because guys, there are different guys in the whole world.
Absolutely,
So you can find good and bad guys, whatever.
Yeah. And for me, I moved to the US when I was 19, so I was quite young. And I dated another American guy before Ryan. And I dated some Brazilian guys when I lived in Brazil. But I was young. So for me, I think the most difference is like age, the age gap. When you're dating, like when you're older and you're already like, okay, I'm dating this person to get married. And like you're thinking more in those lines. It's different than when you're a teenager and you're like, oh, I'm just going to go out with this person. And have fun. But I think the biggest difference for me would be, I agree. I think Ryan is a very kind man, and he's the kindest man that I've ever met and dated and, been with. So I'm not saying that is a comparison. It's not a comparison to Brazilian man, but in my case, he's been the best man I've ever been with, and he just happens to be American.
Exactly. That's what I tell people. Like I didn't go after Brian because he was American. It just happened that
he just happens to be American.
Yeah, the same for us.
Yeah. And what about you?
What to say about you Brazilian ladies? I mean, I also dated, of course, some American girls beforehand, and you were the first person from another country that I was with, and it was never that I set out to be with someone from a different country. But I think my experience has just been that, like harkening back to communication, like we were talking about, I like that directness and like how passionate you are about our relationship and just about other things and about other people, and also I think the warmth. I noticed this warmth that seems to
Yeah.
emanate from
Yeah.
Brazilians. And I love that very much. So
Yeah.
I would say that for me.
The next one's from Tayara Lino. She wants to know if here in US it's more common for couples to live together and then get married, or to get married and then live together.
I don't know if I'm gonna answer about the entire U.S.
Yeah,
I
we
think
can speak for ourselves
I can
here,
only speak for
but-
ourselves. But in our case, we did live together before we got married. We always considered very
Yeah.
important because living together is the marriage basically.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
how
that's
you
well said.
it's how you interact with each other. It's how you build a home together, and that is the base and the foundation for an eventual marriage.
Yeah.
So we decided to live together way before we got married.
Yeah, and I know all sorts of people have different values, and I'm
Right.
sure that there are some that say, no, I don't want to live with that person until after marriage, but
Right.
I think every single one of my friends who has gone on to get married has lived with
Yeah.
that significant
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
beforehand. So
Yeah.
I think that at least in my circle of friends, it's been more common to live together first.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I see Brian's friends, all of them that are dating, like in a serious relationship, they're all moving together
Yeah.
and they're not married
Yeah,
yet.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty common.
Right. In Brazil, we have the tendency to live with our parents, at least in Recife.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Most people
Yeah.
that I know in Recife have the tendency to live with their parents until they get married.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure if it's an economic situation, like it's expensive to move out of your parents' house and pay rent. In Brazil, I think it's more common where I'm from, to live with your parents, then you get married. Whereas in America, you move out of your parents' house when you go to college.
Yeah.
And then you never-
Yeah.
And
And
then
then
you never
often
come
you
back.
never go
Yeah.
back. So then if you have an apartment and your girlfriend has an
Yeah.
apartment,
It's
at
too
some point
expensive
you
to-
just
yeah. Why
decide to
not
share
move
expenses.
together?
and why
That's
not
true,
move
it
in
just
together.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a
Yeah.
good reason why this happens.
Yeah.
Okay, and the next is from Jade Fernandes. It's common to demonstrate like affection in public here in US.
I would say not really, or at least not as much as it's common to do so in Brazil.
Yeah.
Brazilians are such affectionate people, and I love it, and I love that quality in my wife, and I think that we are very touchy-feely.
Yeah.
Like
More
by
than
Ameri-
most,
more
yeah.
than most, but by American standards especially.
Right.
Like when
Yeah.
we're here in the country, we're just always like hand in hand. We're always very close.
Right.
We don't feel bad about kissing in public or like
Right.
expressing our affection to one another. But I know that a lot of my friends or people that I know, they're not as affectionate. They're
Right.
they're not as apt to always be touching, I suppose,
Right.
as we are. So.
But guys, we don't make out in
We're not making out.
Yeah, we don't make
We're not
out in
making but we
public.
don't feel guilty
Right.
about,
Yeah.
about that little kiss.
Some people do in Brazil,
Yeah, some
right?
people do.
And there is some
Yeah.
full-on making out in
Oh,
Brazil.
yeah.
I see it all the time.
Brian, even in Brazil, like we hold hands and everything,
Uh-huh.
but like sometimes when I'm like, "Oh, give me a kiss," it's like, "Okay," and then, like he's kind
Just
of
a little
in back.
peck.
Yeah,
A little peck on the
it's
lips.
like, or like if we're in public and then I hug him and put my head on him. After 5 seconds, he's like gets his phone or something because he's a little. I don't know. I
It
think.
slowly starts to...
But then at home, he's like trying to be as close
Yeah.
as possible
Right.
from me and holding my hand and kissing me.
Yeah.
So I think it's just a public thing that here
Yeah.
in US,
Yeah.
Yeah,
people don't
absolutely.
demonstrate
Yeah, it's
as
not
much.
as common to show it here, but
No.
I don't mind.
Yeah. It's called PDA.
Yeah, public displays of affection.
Yeah.
Really? There's
Yes.
a name for
Yeah.
it. There's a
Yes.
name for it. Didn't know that. Great. Okay, well, I think we couldn't answer all the questions, of course. There are a lot.
Yeah.
It would be like a 2-hour video here.
Yeah.
But I hope we answered a lot of your questions, guys. I hope you liked the video. Thanks so much for coming to Fort Collins to film.
Thank you for having
Thank
us.
you
It
for
was so
having
much
us.
fun.
Yeah.
It was great meeting you
Yeah.
guys. You guys had a lot of fun. And if you move to Denver,
Which
you're
you will
gonna-
probably will.
Which we were probably
Yeah.
going to do. Yep.
Yeah.
So we're gonna film more videos in the future.
Yes,
together.
Yeah,
Sure.
next year we'll move back to the States and then we'll meet up for coffee.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
That's fun.
Okay, guys. So see you next video. Bye bye.
Bye.
Ciao.